Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Expect to Win experience. I am Coach Thomas and my co-host, Miss Kandi Knight. Good evening, Kandi.
That's right. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. We had technical
Good.
difficulties, but we good now. And nothing gonna rain on my
We are
parade.
here.
We are here.
That's
We
right.
are
We're
here
live. We are
live,
live.
and we expect to win. We expect to
That's
win
right.
tonight. How you feeling tonight, Kandi?
I'm feeling good. I mean, there's a lot of celebration going on. With everything that's going on right now. We'll talk about that a little later, I'm sure. But I'm feeling good. Ready to get this show started. We've got a great athlete to talk to this evening. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Before we get started, I want to say to all of you that are watching, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to our Expect to Win TV station, channel, network. We're going to be doing some exciting things, some exciting shows in the future. We're going to have giveaways. And also, you can check us out on the web at www.expecttowinaa.com, and you can pick up gear like this and like
Or
what
this.
yeah, we all represent. So I thank you all for being here tonight and watching and tuning in. And we're going to introduce our athlete tonight. This is what we're about. The Expect to Win experience is all about the athlete and all about who they are and showcasing them and their talent and all of that. And we have a young lady tonight, and she is a point guard for Palmdale High School here in the Southern California area. But before we bring her on, we want to show you a little bit about what she does.
What's in the trunk? So if I open that trunk, I'm not gonna find anything I don't like, am I?
You know, this is my wife's sled.
Pop the trunk.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was awesome.
yes, we're going to bring in and introduce to you tonight Miss Mariah Thomas, point guard for Palmdale High School.
All right, Miss
There she is.
Mariah.
Good evening, Mariah. How are you?
Oh, you're
Well,
muted.
you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Good.
There you
go.
are. Welcome.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you
Good.
Doing well.
I'm going to do what I do and step aside and let Miss Kandi, you and Kandi, get to know one another and introduce you to the world.
Sounds good. Hey, Mariah, how are
guys?
you? Or AKA twin, right? We're twinning tonight. Thank you for taking the time to join us. We just saw your amazing highlight. You're really, really awesome. And let's just talk a few minutes about basketball, shall we?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit, and we're going to begin with this question. Tell me a little bit about how you got into basketball. Where did the love for the game begin?
My dad had brought me a basketball court and a basketball, so I just go out there and play. And for my brothers and nephews too, they taught me a lot to play, and I just learned from them and watched them play and stuff. So I just got better. and they play.
Okay. So this is just as a child growing up. You just
Yeah.
were around basketball and you just started to love the game. All right. So the point guard position, how did you get into that position? Is that something that you just learned over time, or were you always just good with that?
I was always good with that, and both at the same time. Really.
Okay. All right. So do you play any other sports besides basketball?
I'll run track, softball. Yeah, I'll do those two.
Track and softball. Okay. And which one is your favorite?
Out of those two, or out of those three? Basketball.
All three.
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay. So who do you like to pattern your game after? Who would you say is your basketball hero or shero?
Like as as a NBA or a WNBA.
Well, let's do both. So let's start with NBA and then we can work our way to WNBA.
I'll say LeBron, I guess, and Kyrie.
You like LeBron? Yeah, LeBron's pretty popular. And of course, you're there in LA. Shout out to LeBron. All right. So what about in the WNBA?
Tay. I'll definitely have Tay.
You like Tay? Okay. So if you were to meet LeBron or Tay, what would you ask them or what would you say to them?
I'll ask them like what made them play basketball, how did they get good and stuff. Like what should I work on for me to become a better basketball player and stuff. Yes.
To get to their level. Absolutely. It's always good to get that kind of advice. Okay. Well, for you on the flip side, someone wanting to come and start out playing basketball to get to your level, what advice would you give them?
Tell them just keep practicing and work hard for what they're doing and just watch other people play and stuff. And or me prefer whoever's good in their family, ask them to help them out and stuff, and then work with them and shoot every day and dribble every day and stuff. I'll say.
Okay. That's great advice. So are you playing right now? When does your season begin?
Okay. Well, I'm injured right now. My ankle. I have like.
Oh no. So you got injured playing basketball?
No, it was like a bone growing in my ankle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Oh wow. So how long are you out for? You gonna be able to play soon?
yeah, I'm gonna play something very good.
Okay. Okay, good. So but has the season started yet or is it starting soon? When does your season begin?
It starts soon.
It's starting soon. Okay. Well, hopefully by the time the season begins, you'll be ready
Yes.
and then you can play. All right. So tell me, what does expect to win mean to you? When you think about the brands, you've got the wonderful hoodie there. What does that mean?
Expect to win means for them like motivate. Don't give up on yourself. If you win or lose, still keep your head up and work hard for what you got. That's what I'll say.
I like that. Expect to win. Okay, so on the flip side of that, it's tied into faith. What does faith mean to you? Do you pray before your games, or are you encouraging your other teammates, or how does that play into your sports?
Pray and encourage my players. So because we all work together as a team. It's not just one person, you know. So we all gotta work hard on it.
That's right. And speaking of work, what motivates you to work so hard? What's your goal?
Go reach to the top and be a
All
WNBA
right.
and child
All right.
come back.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned the WNBA. So you're in what grade now?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay. So what's your goal after high school? Do you wanting to go to college and play ball, go pro to the WNBA? What's your goal there?
I want to go to college and reach myself to the pro. I'll rather go to college first and then be on the
So
basketball.
play college and then play in WNBA. Is there a team you want to play for? Do you have a favorite team?
I'll play for the Sparks. Yes,
The
definitely.
Sparks. All right, the Sparks. Okay. So since we're talking about, well, I have a background in music. Let's talk about music real quick. Are there any artists that you love to listen to before you go into your games to hype you up, to get you ready, get you amped? Who's your favorite artist for that?
I don't really know. I'll listen to like Kendrick Lamar or something. Yeah.
Okay. Kendrick is good. A lot of people like to listen to Drake or Future, Lil Wayne. I know there are a lot of up and coming artists that basketball players or athletes like to listen to as well. All right. So, do you have anything that you would like to see changed in women's sports? I know the WNBA is here, um, but a lot of people don't deem it as popular as the NBA, or it may not be as watched. Would you like to see that change, or what about it would you like to see change?
Yes. I feel like boys should take girls basketball as seriously as boys and be more entertained, as the boys. It's not boring as the
Absolutely, because you guys are just as good. So
yeah.
speaking about the boys, I need to know, how do the boys take you being able to play basketball so well? Do they kind of want to play to themselves, or are they trying to have a little love and basketball moment? How do the guys handle you being able to play basketball so well?
They wouldn't let me play unless I played them in a one-on-one to see how good I am. So when I beat them, they want to have me on their team and stuff, or I shoot or make it or use my handles and stuff. Then they gonna want me to play and be on their team when we
Right.
start.
Wow. So then they'll say, "Oh, you're just a girl. You can't
Yeah,
play with us." And then they see you can play, and then now they want you on the team.
yeah, basically.
That has to be really interesting. Okay. Any words of advice, any words of encouragement, anything you want to say or shout out to anyone before we get ready to wrap up?
Shout out to my family, my brothers, and my sister, and my nephews. People that taught me how to play basketball and stuff, and never gave up on me.
That's right. Keep going. Keep going. All right. So, Mariah, do you have any social media? How can we keep up with you? Instagram, Twitter? Do you have a handle?
I can get Instagram.
Okay. What's your Instagram?
Mariah baby dot square.
Say that one more time.
Mariah baby dot square.
Okay. All right. That's the Instagram to keep up with Mariah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I wish you the best. And we look forward to seeing you on the courts and on to the WNBA.
Thank you for having me here too.
You're welcome. No problem. All right, James, come on back in. Let's get ready to talk to our special guest for the evening.
All right, thank you, Mariah. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
How important are your basketball player, your superstar athlete, and all of this? Um, what college would you like to go to?
Um,
And what are you? How are you going to get there? What are your grades? Are you putting forth the effort? You have a college in mind, and are you working on getting there? And how are you working on it?
I want to go to UCLA or USC, one of those two. And for me to get there, I have good grades. So that's good grades. Is the most important thing to get to college, because they're not gonna accept you with bad grades. And work hard. Really, sports and good grades. That's if you want to go somewhere and have a better second career in sports.
All right, all right, all right. And I heard you mentioned the favorite athletes and all of that. Outside of athletics, who do you admire? Who would you say really touches you and makes you want to be the best that you can be?
My mom and dad, yeah,
All right, all right.
is both, both, both.
Both.
Oh, that's nice. Shout out to Bo.
Yeah,
Shout out to Bo Thomas,
yeah.
our guest last week. Um, one more question.
Okay.
This may hopefully this is not too deep for you or too serious, but a black woman is now the vice president of the United States of America.
Right.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, I feel like everything's the same. I say it's the same because we can't treat each other different from our race. Everybody got to be treated the same Yeah, I say that. Everybody got to be treated the same. Um, yeah, that's
I
about
know
it.
that kind of threw you off. Okay, all right, that's a good answer. Well, we have somebody special that came to talk to you tonight, Mariah, and to encourage you. And he is the CEO of the Drew League, and he'll tell you a little bit about that. But I found a video that I wanted to play, and this shows the type of talent, the people that come to the Drew League. So take a look at this, and Mariah, and then we're going to bring our special guest on. All right, that was LA legend Kobe Bryant,
Wow.
NBA legend Scottie Pippen at the. Those are the types of individuals that visit and that are part of our next guest's vision and his dream. And when I say a homeboy, he is truly a homeboy. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and even though he's older than I am, we are. I'm going to bring him on. Mr. Dino Smiley, the CEO of the Drew League, is with us tonight. Mr.
Good evening.
Smiley, how you doing?
Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for having me. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. Thanks for coming on and taking the time out to chat with us.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Anything I could do to promote the game of sports and the integrity of sports, I'm all for it. So this is wonderful what you guys are doing. Great platform.
All right. Well, Dino, because we know each other, and I'm going to give Kandi an opportunity. Kandi is my co-host, and Kandi is going to direct the ship from here, and I'm going to sit back and watch. So, but thank you so much for being here.
I'm having trouble. I'm having a little trouble hearing you guys. I don't know if it's my phone, but I'm having my volume is not really strong enough. So I don't know if you can hear me okay or not.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Let me. Yeah, we can. Now you good right there. Whatever you just did, that was good.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, great.
All right, I'm going to step aside and introduce you to Kandi, and you guys have a good time.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you once again for coming on and taking the opportunity to speak with me to talk about the Drew League. So just real quick, for those who aren't familiar with the Drew League, what is it and how did it get started?
Well, the Drew League started in 1973 at the middle school in South Central, Charles Drew Middle School.
Wow.
And it was just a school where a lot of athletes came out of. And the coach there decided he wanted to put a summer league together. And so he brought back a lot of extra players. And it was a great league. I was there as a 13-year-old.
Oh, wow.
So I've been with the Drew League since I was 13. 38 years.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that's awesome. So over all this span of time, what has been accomplished? What are some of the great achievements from the Drew League?
Well, let's see. It has brought in players from all over the country and now actually all over the world. We are a summer pro league. We are
Mm-hmm.
considered the number one summer league in the state, and out in the country, we are ESPN as the number one summer league. We've now expanded to China,
Oh,
Africa.
wow.
The league is, like I said, was born out of South Central Los Angeles. The games are free. The public can come in and watch the games free.
Wow.
And now what has happened is that there was a lockout. And Mariah, I don't know if you remember, you're such a young lady, but 2011, there was an NBA lockout. What happened was a lot of the NBA players had nowhere to go. And homegrown NBA players, such as DeMar DeRozan, James, guys all came out of the league. So they reached out to the LeBrons, the Kobes,
Mm-hmm.
Kandi, and it really brought the in basketball that we never looked back since then. We've been able to send many kids to school. We have a foundation.
Nice.
We have a gala every year, which raises money to give kids the scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And we not only give them a scholarship, we follow them. So we make sure, as you know, those books get expensive.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes you get those big payments, and we step in. So it's been great helping the kids in the community. We also have to get them jobs working in Drew League. It's just been great, and we've had a lot of great success through that.
Well, that's awesome. So we saw Kobe and we saw Scotty in the video. Who are some other greats that have come through and hung out and played through the Drew League? A few athletes that the general public may know.
Well, I tell you, just a quick list of them would be DeMar DeRozan, Kobe Bryant,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, JaVale McGee, the Ball brothers. We've had some of the young guys who are out there now that are playing. We've had some Lakers out there.
Mm-hmm.
We had some Clippers out there. We've had the NBA six-man of the year, Montrezl Harrell is one of our guys.
All right.
Lou Williams. All those guys have come through.
Nice. Okay, so do they just come through, or do you ask them to come, or do they come and speak or hang out, or how is that? How they end up there with the Drew League?
Well, they come, they have a good time.
Okay.
They come out. We have an outdoor area where the food is served.
Mm-hmm.
Come out, get autographs, and players just hang out. They're comfortable. They're not shy about anything, and
Mm-hmm.
we tell them all the time, if you're going to come and play in the Drew League, you got to be open to the kids, and they've been doing great with that. They help us with our clinics, camps. They speak to the kids. It's just been a great relationship. They give
That is
back, and
awesome.
it's just something. It's so unique because the players want to play it. They figure it's a street creed.
Mm-hmm.
If I play at Drew, I've done it. If I step on the court, because you want that variety that you played at Drew.
All right, that's awesome. So how do you get to sign up, or how can you play in the Drew League? Is there a process?
Well, there's 24
Enter into the summer
teams in the
program?
league. Yeah,
Okay.
there's 24 teams, and the league is so competitive that we want to make sure that your game is strong enough to play, because you don't want to be put out there against James
Right.
Harden company, and you're just a weekend warrior, and now you're playing
Right.
against
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so they have resumes. They bring their teams in. They try out, and it's just because a lot of these guys are getting jobs. People don't understand that it's not all about the NBA. There's people who are getting jobs in Europe, Spain,
Mm-hmm.
just all over the country, Germany, and they're getting paid good money. a lot of times the scouts are watching. They come out and see the stands and watch, what's going on with us.
Mhm.
And if the players can compete, then they get out.
Oh, that's really good. That's a really good opportunity. All right, so tell me about a story. Let's hear about a memorable experience or a funny story or something crazy that happened at the Drew League.
Well, let me put it this way: there was a time during the lockout, the players migrated to Drew. Well, it wasn't only the players; it was us. We had Snoop Dogg, we had the Game, we had
Mhm.
Big Boy, we had the Kardashians.
Wow.
We had the Kardashians there.
Mhm.
So everybody wanted to be at Drew. So during the lockout, Kevin Durant was the first real megastar outside
Mhm.
of James. James then came through our program as kids, but Kevin Durant came and it just set the Jim fire.
Wow.
So a week later, I get a call from Baron Davis, a former Clipper, and he said, "Dino, please don't start the game. I have a surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Just don't start the game." So it was about 2 o'clock, and that's our main game today. So we waited, and these big limousines, these trucks show up. These guys get out, and then finally, King James shows up. And when he shows up in South Central, just the crowd went crazy. So
Wow.
I didn't expect him to play. He comes in, he feels the vibe, and he says, "Hey, can I put on a uniform?"
Oh,
Put on a uniform. So we take him in there,
absolutely.
he puts on the uniform and gets out there on that court. And anytime you want to see that, you just go to Kobe, LeBron, and you'll see the highlights.
Right.
Well, LeBron puts on a show. A week later now, we're going to take a team to D.C. to play against Kevin in D.C.
Oh, wow.
So we wanted to have a scrimmage game with all our guys. So we were planning the scrimmage game, and Kobe's agent, he gives me a call and says, "Hey, Kobe wants to play on the same court that LeBron
Wow.
and KD played on." And I said, "Okay, but he can't play this weekend because these are playoffs, and we can't put a ringer like him in the playoff game." Everybody would say, "No, that's not fair."
Right.
But we had that scrimmage game coming up on Monday night, and we said he can play. So I gathered all our guys who were going to be going to DC. We had a bunch of NBA players.
Mhm.
And so when this took place, no one knew he was coming, but somehow it got out into the community.
Oh, of course.
We got the helicopters, we got the sheriffs on horses.
Oh, wow.
And so I have all these NBA players from Rosen, James Harden, all these guys. And I say, "Hey, Kobe's coming to play, but he wants a good game. He wants a real game, no practice game. He wants somebody to go at him." So we're all in there, and James puts his hand up and says, "I'll take his ASS." Right? So we said that's when it all started, when it became a rivalry. And when he came into the gym, it was so unusual that the vibe was everyone with a slow clap. They just clapped real slow. And they couldn't believe it. And he felt so embarrassed, he took a bow. And it was just a unique evening. And the game went to the final shot. Now, here's what really made it unique. The sheriffs, the lieutenant said, "Hey, at the 2-minute mark, I'm going to get Kobe out of the game back to the room so he won't get robbed." And I said, "What, the 2-minute mark?"
Right.
The
On
game
the
was
way out.
close. He's not going to leave. He's not going to leave. The game was tied. And then with
Oh my.
22 seconds to go in the game, Kobe gets the ball in the back court. The crowd stands up in there. It's like a movie.
It sounds just like a movie. Yeah.
And they're chanting Kobe, Kobe. Everybody stands
Wow.
up. He's dribbling. The announcers count again. 5, 4. He shoots over games from the top of the key. Ball hits the net. Buzzer sounds. He puts his hands up in the air. The kids charging.
Ah,
It's just pandemonium all in South Central on the Firestone, and they happen to just by the blue line. All this
that
took
had to
place.
have been
And
awesome.
it was fantastic, and it's been like that. That's why he made the song highlight coming to the church. Because he loved the Drew League. He was just he brought his daughter, and you know, it's been great, and we've enjoyed it.
That
To
sounds
the
awesome.
community. So that's probably the best
That's-
story I have.
I mean, that's an amazing story. How can you beat that? That's awesome. So let's talk about the future of the Drew League. Where do you see it going? I know with COVID right now, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Do you still plan to have your summer league, or where do you see yourself going in a few years?
Yeah, well, the summer league was supposed to take place June 1st. That was going to be the opening day of our 47th year. It never took place. It was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we just kind of kept everybody up on our social media. So we're looking forward to getting back in there this year if we can get this COVID thing out the way.
We're claiming it. It's gonna happen.
We're in the same boat as the other leagues from NBA and everything, but they have a bubble, so we don't have an inner city bubble yet. Once we get an inner city
We'll
bubble,
work on
we can play the basketball games. Yeah, we're supposed to be going to Africa to put the Drew League out there, so it'll actually be an African version of the Drew League. So it's worldwide now, and it's been a blast just watching it.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
You gotta come out and see it. When
I would love
in,
to.
please,
let me know. That is awesome. I would love to. I look forward to it. So hopefully we'll claim that this summer everything's gonna pick back up and we'll be able to come on out. Now, are you guys thinking about expanding maybe for a women's league or for other entities in the future?
Okay, the women's league. We started the women's league back in 90, 91.
Okay.
We ran it for about 5 years. Then they had a lot of different rules and regulations. It stopped for about 5 years. But the name of Tanisha Ware has been running it now since she just completed her 19th year.
Oh, okay.
And it's at the original Drew Gym where we used to play.
Oh, wow.
So it's right on the corner of Compton Avenue and Firestone. Just completed their 19th year. We've had some police sparks out there. We've had some Seattle. It runs from October 1st. It runs from September, the third week of September, till right before Christmas.
Okay.
Into December. 12 teams, tremendous players coming from all over. We love it because the gym is packed and the music is blaring and everyone is excited. I go down there, I oversee it, but she runs it. And it's, Mariah, you got to get out there. You got to get you out there.
That's right.
It's great. It's great experience. It's great experience. It's just catered. It's catered to the young ladies. We do a lot of stuff. Nike has stepped in and provided. youth
Awesome.
league, and it's great. It comes on right after the men's true league is over. About
I
3
love
weeks
it.
later,
That's great.
women take the floor. Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
And
All right. Well,
on top of that, we have the youth league, which is
mhm.
ages 5 to 12, and then after that comes the 40.
Oh,
The 44 league is great because they still think someone's going to pick them up overseas. And I said, it's too late, guys. 45 years old, so
that's what
just
I want to
play,
see.
have fun. They take it serious, but it's great to see.
That's awesome. Well, Mariah, did you have any questions for Mr. Smiley or any comments before we get ready to wrap up?
Yes, please. I was like, what made you become who you are now, and what inspires you, and how do you feel that you made who you are now?
I can't quite hear you. I'm sorry, Mariah.
I said, how does it feel to become who you are now, and what made you become who you are now, and how did you overcome to who you are now?
Well, where we are now, and for me to be in basketball, I just loved it. You have to love the game. I played a little bit up into middle school. Physically, I wasn't made for basketball. I was made for football, but I love basketball.
All right.
So, but it takes a lot. Love the game of basketball. The game of basketball love you with hard work. So I just tell the young men, listen to your coaches, listen to your trainers, stay focused, because it's a game you love. And man, to play it, we see a lot of people. I always hear a lot of people say, "Man, I wish I could play in this era."
Yes.
Because the time's gonna pass. So enjoy it and stay focused is what I could tell you.
Joy while it lasts.
Great words of advice. So, last question for the Drew League. What's the contact? Do you guys have a social media? How can, if anyone is interested in the league itself, how do they contact you to get started or to join?
Okay, yeah, we do have social media handles. Hashtag and our website drewleague.com.
Okay.
All the information is on the website. The other website is drewleaguefoundation.org.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach all my contact information is there. You can reach us anytime. And as far as for the women's league, it spins off of that. We get you the information for the women's league also. But we're easy to find, and we're on, like I said, we're on social media, and you can always just Google me. It'll come up with all the information and get you in contact with me.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on and chatting with us this evening, giving some information and a wonderful story about the Drew League. All right, Coach Thomas, what you got for us?
Well, I just want to say, Dino, thank you so much, and I appreciate this. And for everyone that's watching, what I love about Dino is that he could take the Drew League anywhere in Southern California, and they would love to have him. He can go to Beverly Hills, he can go to Hollywood, he can go to Orange County, he can go to some of the most affluent areas in Southern California, but he chooses to stay in the hood. And when I say he's in the hood, he's in the hood. It's not.
Hey,
He's
never
not.
forget where you come from.
He's not in the hood that y'all see on TV. He's on the real hood. So, but we grew up, John Street, 89th Street, Firestone and Compton, Drew, and I'm a product of Drew Junior High School. I went to Drew. So I just want to say, Dino, man, thank you. You are so admired. I know you. And the thing is, Dino don't do a lot of interviews. I think I've only seen Dino do one interview, in all these years. So this is an honor for us to
What
get
an
him.
honor.
Thank
He
you.
don't, he's
Thank you.
he loves being behind the scenes, and I appreciate it. And when I told Dave, my brother, that you was gonna be on today, and I know he's watching, I want to give Dave a shout out. He's one of your biggest fans too. So
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I wish my daughter could have made it tonight. She really wanted to be here. So next time you guys, she is the commissioner of the Drew League now. She's female and she
All right.
33 years old, and she handles all 28 teams. Those guys respect her, and she's taking it to a new level. So I think it would be great for you guys to chat with her. We have another opening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love it.
And let me say this also: when you do go to Africa for the grand opening, Kandi and I going to be there broadcasting from Africa at the Drew League.
Just let me know when.
That'll be great. We're heading out next month just for the walkthrough and everything, and it should be. I can't never pronounce it, but Awanda. I can't never pronounce the name.
Rwanda, probably, yeah.
Yes, that's where we're going to be with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let us know when we need to be there, and we're going to be there broadcasting live.
All right. Sounds
good. Sounds good
right.
to me.
So, Dino,
appreciate
before you
guys.
go, just last parting words to Mariah, and then we're gonna let you go. Just words of encouragement to her, and we'll let you go.
All right.
Yeah, just some last parting words to Mariah.
Okay.
Continue to be who you are, and like I said, stay the course. It's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a great ride. It's gonna be the ride that you create. Okay, that no one else can take away from you. All this now that you're doing is lessons that you're learning, lessons that you can put forth, and best of all, that you can pass along. So just stay focused and stay who you are, and be blessed.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you said to me. Keep that in mind. Sure.
Give a hand to Mr. Dino Smiley. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
And class. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Well, Mariah, what did you think?
It was good. I like it. It was good.
All right. Well, we thank you for being here, Mariah, and let me just say I'm proud of you as well. And I just add that you are great regardless. You're great because you are who you are. And when I came up with the slogan of Be You, it came about because I was tired of hearing people saying, who's the greatest between Michael Jordan and LeBron James? And really, that's a question that is an inaccurate question, because all of us are great at being who we are. So Kandi is the great Kandi Knight.
That's right.
Because there is no other Kandi Knight anywhere on the face of this earth. There is no other Mariah Thomas anywhere on the face of this earth. There is no other Coach Thomas. So therefore, as long as we do what we're supposed to do, we become great regardless of what anybody else think about us. So remember that, stay focused, and always don't let anybody ever tell you you are not the great Mariah Thomas.
Thank you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Kandi, well, that's our second show in the books. What did you think?
Second show. Well done. Great show. I mean, Mr. Smiley had some great information. I learned a little bit more about the Drew League, and I'm ready to go. You never know who's going to be there. So let me
Well,
know. We'll figure it out, and we'll be there.
We're gonna be there, and we're gonna be in Rwanda. We're gonna
That's right.
we're gonna be in Rwanda broadcasting.
That's right. I'm ready to go. Sounds great to me. But it's such an awesome opportunity for our youth and for, sports and basketball, for us in general. So I think it's great to have that platform.
That's it. All right, Kandi. Well, we're gonna take just a 1 minute break, and then we're gonna come back and close out the show. I wanna. There you go.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Be you. Be you. Well, Kandi, another good show. Thank you.
That's
And
right.
awesome job as always. We are going to continue to grow and get better and do this thing. And I'm just so excited. Congratulations to our new president.
That's right.
President Joe
Hand
Biden,
clap.
President Kamala Harris. Oh my God. Black women are so awesome.
That's right.
You guys are so awesome, Kandi.
We did that. And
Yeah.
she is representing us well, and I'm so proud and just excited to see it. I can't wait to see the progress that they're going to make, and I just look forward to seeing her. I'll just be in awe every time she's on. So awesome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. Be with us next Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another exciting show here on the Expect to Win experience. God bless you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you next week.
Good night.